You got the results today and you have failed. Suppose you have failed, this video will help you. This video is not to make you feel more worse or to make you feel bad. This video is just to put another perspective about failure and then you take a decision about what you want to do. So the first thing is that if you have failed, let me tell you, it is how you look at it. One way you can look at it as it's a total failure and you have failed in your life. The other way of looking at it is that it is a small hurdle. It is a small setback. You can always bounce back. So it is not the end of the road if you fail in one exam. If you fail in an exam, it is like you have met with a red signal in the traffic. So when you have a red signal, you have to stop. Yes, somebody may go before you because they got the green signal. But when you have the red signal, you have to stop. But that is not the end of the road. If you get red signal, will you go back home? You'll obviously go to the destination after the signal turns from red to green. So exam failure is just like that. Many students are thinking that it is end of the road. It is end of the journey of CS. That is not true. Today I got many calls. I got calls from students who passed, student who passed in first attempt, student who passed after 4-5 attempts. Some students even passed out of many years. They passed after many years. So when all these students passed and the students who passed, they were so happy. I was happy for them. But then what was more scary for me is the students who did not clear. The students who did not clear and who failed in the exam, they were very, very devastated. And I felt that there is no big reason to get so devastated. And that is why I wanted to make this video. And in fact, I made some notes so that I don't miss some of the points. So the first thing is your attitude. Failure is just a hurdle and it is not a big setback. So you may be going through questions in your mind. Questions will come up to your mind. Like what? Am I good for this course? Should I even do company secretary course? Am I capable to do this course? Why am I doing this course? If you're feeling like that, there's nothing wrong. Even I have felt like that. Even I have felt like quitting. But then, like me, many students did not quit and they pursued the course. You'll even start feeling that, should I do this course? In fact, some students who called me today said, I have sacrificed so much. I have given 1 year for this. I have given 2 years for this. Still, I have not cleared the exam. Why should I even continue this course? But one thing I would like to tell you is that today is not the day for you to decide. Please remember one thing. If you have failed and the result has come that you have failed, please don't take an immediate decision. Whenever you get the result and on that day, if the result did not go as per your expectation, that is the day to introspect. That is the day to stay calm, relax, and not take hasty decisions. You should never decide suddenly. It is never good for you. In fact, in an interview, the famous tennis player Mahesh Bhupati, he was asked, like, what is the one piece of advice you give for today's youth? He told that don't take any decision immediately when things don't go well. Sleep over it. Means at least sleep one day, next day you decide. Means give it some time. Sleep over it means give it some time. So same way, I would like to give Mahesh Bhupati's advice, that is, whatever is your result, if you did not clear, it's fine. Today, don't take any decision, whether you should quit, whether you should continue, any sort of decision, today you don't take. Don't take it for 2-3 days also. There is nothing wrong. Just let it sink in because you expected something, it did not happen your way. So it is natural for you to feel bad. So the next thing which I wanted to tell you is that what are the big questions which are coming to your mind? So the big questions is that what went wrong? Or then what did I study and why I could not clear the exam? If these questions are coming, it is fine. But if you get the question like, should I continue the course or not? It is not wrong to get that question, but it is wrong to take an immediate decision relating to that question. So the biggest question you will be getting is, should I quit? Should I quit the course? This is one thing which many students who called me are telling me. In fact, one story I have to tell you, one of my own student, I was shocked because he has passed module 1. In module 2, he had got one exemption. And now the other 2 subjects he did not clear in the exam. So for that, he was telling that he wants to quit this course. I was very surprised. A student who has passed one module, got exemption in another module, one more attempt, what will happen? Or some students who called told me, sir, I have written for 5 attempts, 6 attempts, still I have not cleared. So I want to quit the course. I'm not saying it is right or wrong. But then what is quitting? Please understand, quitting is stopping to try. So please don't stop trying. Yes, you may change your pattern. Like for example, if you're a full-time student, you have written 2-3 attempts, and if you feel that you cannot sit at home and just be a full-time student, it's okay. Don't leave the course. Take another course, go to regular college, or take up a job, or do something else, and along with that you do CS. If you're already working and if you did not clear, in that case, you continue your work and give another attempt. Especially for full-time students, it is natural to feel because you put all your time and effort and you did not clear, you want to quit. You should not quit the course. You should quit being a full-time student and then you work or you study another main course like going to college and then continue CS. So the last point I'm going to tell you that by the end of this video is very important. So please wait for that. That time you'll understand really what is the entire purpose of this video. Then coming to the next point, I wanted to tell you about the exam, the next exam. It is just about 100 days to go. What is the point of quitting? If you look at your whole life, you have another 30, 40, 50 years to go. In that, what will happen in the next 100 days? Your exam is coming up in December 2018. So if you really look at it, the proper number of days which you can study and go for write for the exam, it is only about 100 days. So this is not the time to quit. The next 100 days, give it your 100%. And then you think whether you want to quit. So this is very important for you to understand. So quitting is nothing but stopping to try, and please don't stop trying, change your pattern. Then if you quit, one thing I can tell you is that you are definitely going to regret it. I have seen many of my friends, people who started the course with me who quit in between. Today when I meet them, they are telling me that they should have continued. And the next big point which I want to tell in this video is that this might be coming across your mind, and that could be one of the reasons why you want to quit. And if you fail, what to do, you may be thinking is that how do I face my friends? How do I tell my parents? How do I tell my cousins or relatives or anybody else or neighbors, whoever it could be? See, one thing you should clearly understand is that if a person who knows about CS course, what is the course, how it is the course is done, what is the difficulty of the course, what is the challenges in the course, if you're talking to such a person, you don't have to worry what they feel because they will understand. It could be that many students tell this, that their parents don't understand what is CS and why are they doing it, and they're already failing multiple times and then again they're doing it. And many parents are telling that stop all this, go for a job or do something. You should not blame your parents. If your parents understand, you're lucky. But if your parents don't understand, you should not blame them. Why? Simply because they don't know what is this course and what it can give you in the future. They might not know. They're only telling it out of the concern that you do well in life and you don't waste the time. That's all. So whether it is parents, friends, cousins, neighbors, whoever it is, please don't judge them if they're asking. They are not aware of what is this course, what it takes to do the course. Because usually if it is school or +2 or college, failing is not a regular thing. It is something very rare. Out of 100 students in a class, maybe 1 or 2 are going to fail. But in CS exam, it is not like that. It is becoming perfect in the subject, and failure is not the word. According to me, it is a setback or a hurdle. So it is wrong for you to think that if one exam doesn't go well, that you are going to leave the course entirely. So don't worry about what parents tell or the neighbors tell or your friends tell or cousins tell. In fact, you should educate them what is this course, and you should give examples of people who have taken multiple attempts. In fact, you can show them this video and also make them understand about that CS is not just about passing in first attempt or passing easily. It is a course where you have to become perfect in the subject. So please don't worry about that. Then what to do after all this? So try to analyze what is your reason for why you are not clearing, and please be honest with yourself when you're doing this analysis. I think that more often than not, you're doing the same mistake again and again. If you're going to the exam in the same style, doing the same thing, same kind of preparation, and you're telling I failed 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 10 times, you're going to fail even 20 times. You have to sit and analyze and try to understand what is that one small thing which you're doing wrong, or what is the entire approach which you're going wrong. If you analyze, it will definitely help you to do well. If for your analysis, you can definitely talk to teachers, talk to people who have passed the exam, talk to your seniors, and of course you can also talk to me. You can put the comments below in the box and I will be happy to reply. So try to analyze what is the reason why you're not clearing, and I will give you an example. See here, you know Virat Kohli, the captain of the Indian cricket team. He's one of the world's best batsmen, but then when he went to South Africa to play test cricket, he was getting out. But then, being such a good batsman, what did he do? He analyzed, being the world number one, he analyzed, why am I getting out quickly? Why am I not able to make runs in South Africa? When he analyzed, he found out one small technical problem in his batting technique. Just before the bowler used to bowl, he used to hit the bat to the ground and then he should stand for facing the ball. But then he realized that he should not hit the ball because his head will be still. It is a small technical thing. But he changed that, and when he changed that, very next innings, he scored a century. You can look up the records if you feel I'm telling some story. And then that is what he told everyone, that is the small adjustment he made. Same way in your exam, CS exam. Without your knowledge, you may be doing some mistake. This is what we call as your blind spot. It may be a spot which you don't realize that you are doing a mistake. So it is important for you to try and analyze that. Many times, just one thing can change your entire career and your entire exam future. For example, writing and practicing. In fact, I've made an entire video about how you should write and practice for the exam, because exam is written exam. You're only reading, studying, memorizing. But you're never writing, you're writing the first time in the exam. That is a bad strategy. So that is one example. I'm just telling you, not just because you write and practice you'll go pass. I gave you an example like this. There could be many different situations where you are making some mistake without your knowledge, but when you sit and analyze, you realize that mistake. That could be the difference between passing and failing. For that I have to give one example. Another friend of mine, when I was studying, his handwriting was very bad. Of course, that was not the reason why he was failing, but he felt it is very bad and that is why he is failing. And what he did is, it may seem funny, but he went back, he took the cursive handwriting book, started practicing that cursive handwriting and also studied well for the exam, and he wrote in the next attempt he passed because he was confident that his handwriting also was legible and also he had done well in the exam. Like this I can give you 1,000 examples, but then each one's situation is different, each one is unique, you are unique. So please try to analyze what is your issue. You are the best judge. Of course you can take help from teachers, friends, seniors, but you are the best judge to decide what is going wrong with you in the exams. Yes, so then I have some general suggestions which I wanted to make relating to the exam. So the first thing is going back to basics. So going back to basics is what? When you don't do well in the exam. Another example, another friend of mine, in accounts, he got 11 marks out of 100. So at that time, he could have easily quit. He could have told, I got 11, I'm not even good enough to get 20 or 30. So let me leave the course. No, but what did he do? He went back to the 11th standard or first PUC books. And from there he started to read accounts. He went back to the basics. Same way, I did not clear tax first attempt in my CS executive. So at that time, what did I do? I went back to the basics. Whatever I knew till then, I realized that I don't know anything about tax. I went back to the basics and then started studying as though I have started studying it for the first time from ABCD. So each one story may be different, but going back to basics helps a lot, and that will make a difference in the next attempt. And please think, today is the first day that you are taking this course. I know it's difficult, especially some students who told, I wrote for 6 attempts, 7 attempts, 5 attempts. For such students, you may feel, what, just because if you tell we should think today is the first day, how do we feel like that? I know it is difficult, but then it is the attitude. Suppose you feel today is the first day I took the course, you're going to feel so light. You're not going to have the old baggage. Oh, I failed 4 times, 5 times, 6 times I failed. You don't have anything. Think to yourself, today I'm taking up CS. Whatever happened till today does not matter. That is going to change the way you look at it, and that is going to really help you to prepare well. Then, please realize one thought. I have to do something different. If you keep doing the same mistakes, again you'll fail. And if you tell I want to quit the course, that is not good. If you tried 5 attempts, 5 different things, still you failed. That may be the time you have to analyze, should I really continue or not? But then more often than not, we don't do any of this. We do the same mistakes and we tell this course is no good, exam is very difficult, corrections is not good. All this is definitely not a correct reason. To be very frank, it is pure bullshit. You should never think in that way. It is always you who are responsible, and you can change the way your future is. Please realize that. Then be honest and then study very hard next for the 100 days. For the next attempt you can do well. And one common thing which I have observed many students is that even when I see their comments when in our YouTube channel, the grammar is very poor. Whether you're writing in Hindi or English, it doesn't matter. When you write, that is the only communication channel to the person who's correcting your paper. Even if you know the concept, but you don't have basic English, you don't have to have very great English. At least basic English grammar should be proper. So please practice that. That is one common mistake which I have observed, and I wanted to tell that. There are many workbooks also, many online apps are there. On Google also, if you just go and type, there are many games where you can learn the English grammar in a very easy manner. Yes. So please remember that failure is not something which only you have seen. There are many examples of failure. And then please also realize that even great people, like all of you may be knowing Instagram very well. All of you may be having an Instagram account. Before Instagram actually became Instagram, the founders of Instagram, they did not even know how to do computer coding. So after work, during the night, he used to learn how to code. Then he made many mistakes. The product failed. Then he found a partner. They built a new product. Again, it failed. Finally, after many years, it became what we see today as Instagram. So they faced many failures. Or the biggest example for failure is Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba, that is Alibaba.com. And he is a person who has faced multiple failures. In fact, there is one small story where he had to go to interview where there were 21 jobs and 22 people applied, and he was the only one who was rejected. So imagine what all he would have gone through. If not for that, he would have never been the person who he is now. And the last point, I told you the last point of the video is going to be very interesting and very important. And that is that no matter what you do, how many attempts you take, just doesn't matter. The advantages of passing this course outweigh all the other disadvantages and the failures and the setbacks and the hurdles which you face. Please remember, you are part of a very exclusive club called Company Secretaries. As of today, for a country of 125 crore plus people, we have less than 50,000 company secretaries. The demand for these professionals is very high, the supply is very less. Just because you did not clear in some exam, don't ruin your career, don't ruin your life. I'm not saying that you should never quit this course and you should be doing till you die if you don't pass. But then, whatever I've told in this video, definitely you have not done. At least for that one reason, try something different and write in the next exam. Please understand, for a country like India, we are facing multiple changes in the economy, the law. We have new laws, we have GST, we have the new Companies Act, we have the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code, we have the Real Estate Regulation Act. Basically, we have multiple laws and new businesses, we have startups. When more and more laws are coming in, business is growing, country is growing, you need experts like company secretary to take care. And then no matter what you do, whether you do MBA, you do CEO, it will never come close to a professional degree. Please remember, it is just like doctor. In science, if you have doctor takes care of the health of the patient. Company secretary takes care of the health of the companies. Company secretary takes care of the health of the economy. We are the chief governance officers, the compliance officers, and till your last breath you will be in demand. Whether you're in job, whether you're in practice, you have value, you have respect, just like that of what is a doctor. I told doctor because you can understand. So that is why please don't get bogged down by the small failures and hurdles if you don't just clear one exam. Think of the future, think of next 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. If you clear this exam, whether you're first attempt, fifth attempt, 10th attempt, it just doesn't matter. And to tell today's own example, one of my student called, he told that he's working and he had written this exam 5 to 6 times and he always thought of quitting. For some reason he just stayed on to it, and then today he passed. He was so happy that he felt that I was feeling very silly, that I thought I should even leave this course. Or few more students who called and told me that they had failed 3-4 times. Like one girl who had taken our accounts class, she told that she had failed 3-4 times and she was very desperate and she was even thinking of quitting, but then she passed today, and just listening to her voice that she was so happy, that shows that passing is so sweet, and then it is so fruitful that it's okay to face these things and it is natural. So that is why I can give you many more examples, but then we are running out of time. So please don't quit this course. The future of you becoming company secretary, the future is very, very bright. Don't get bogged down by a small traffic signal which is turned right. Please remember that you have a long journey to go. Your destination is beautiful. The journey is beautiful. You can become a great professional as a company secretary. So it's okay what happened today. I totally understand. Please do make sure that you write the next attempt. I have also some videos linked in the description below relating to failure, not passing the exam. Please do watch that. And of course, any help you want, you can leave a comment below. We will be happy to help you. And for more such videos, subscribe to Excel Academy, your one-stop solution for the CS course.